Are you responsible for a cheating GF? My friend Dan was venting to me how he and his GF went out to a club Sunday night and his GF got pretty intoxicated. He noticed she started to get friskier and started to grind on other guys, and that's when he decided it was time to go. Except she didn't want to go. Dan said he stuck around to make sure she was alright until she kissed another dude, and then he just left by himself. He crashed at my place that night, and it wasn't until an hour after he left that his GF texted, asking where he was, which pissed him off even more, and told her he's glad she finally noticed and that she grab a ride with her new BF. In the morning he started to regret leaving her there because she was pretty drunk and that put her in a dangerous spot. But I told him he shouldn't have to sit there and watch her make out with other guys. So if your partner starts cheating in front of you, is it okay to leave even if it's potentially dangerous too? If she's cheating in front of you, she should stop being your girlfriend immediately. What an absolute garbage GF. I hope he dumps her. To answer your questions, number. She is not a child. She is not a toddler. She is responsible for her own actions, and if she wants to get blasted drunk and hump on strange men, that is her own choice and risk. As soon as she kissed another guy, she was no longer Dan's girlfriend. Not my chair, not my problem. That's what I always say. Don't let your bro get back with her. Nah, I would've left too. I don't care how drunk my fiancé gets. They immediately get all up on me. Never even looks at someone else. There was underlying stuff there. No, you are not. If she starts to kiss other dudes in front of you, leave her there and go. That also goes for women too. If their guy does some shit like that, leave them there and go. No. If she has that little respect for you, you're under no obligation to take care of her. Sure, the right thing to do if she is really drunk is to make sure she gets home safe, or at least has someone else trustworthy to take care of her. But actions have consequences, and I don't care how drunk you are. If you're going to be grinding and kissing another guy right in front of your boyfriend, you can't expect him to stick around and look after you. If my girlfriend did that in front of me, I sure wouldn't be sticking around. Yes, it's okay to leave if your partner is cheating in front of you, lol. Call her dad and tell him to pick her up. Explain the situation. It'll be a lifetime of shame for her if he shows up. Also, maybe embellish the story to make her look worse too. Not like anyone will believe her if she says that's not true. Not responsible at all. She's accountable for her actions. Cheating and being drunk doesn't stop her from using the rideshare app. Was he supposed to wait and drive her home from dude's apartment if she went home with him? I'd say no, Dan is not responsible. I'd have taken one extra measure myself, being approach the bartender or club bouncers. Let them know of the situation and that you're leaving because of it. They can then watch for certain flags and possibly help prevent a rape. It is over as soon as she started kissing. That's as silly as saying women are at fault for men cheating because they didn't provide something for the relationship. Both wrong. Cheaters cheat because they're assholes. Male or female. If she'll do that when her BF is around, she'll probably do more when he isn't. And I wouldn't be sticking around to test that theory. Worst case scenario. She full-on cheats on me. Best case scenario. We stay together. She doesn't cheat. And I always remember the time I saw her make out with another guy and worry she's going to cheat. Which is no way to have a healthy relationship. Although the real best case scenario is dump her and find someone who doesn't act like that to begin with. Fuck no. He needs to dump her, ghost her if he has any self-respect as a man. I don't think I've ever met a woman that would stick around to make sure their cheating boyfriend Got home safe. Not one. The double standards I see on Reddit sometimes astound me. If I saw such thing happening before my eyes, I'd just call her father, brother, whoever, and demand that he comes around as soon as possible. As our relationship went over badly, she is safe, but intoxicated and kissing other men. I will wait and keep her safe until someone comes pick her up in the next hour. Otherwise, I'd consider they were already alerted of the situation. I'm going out, and the consequences are at their hands. Not mine anymore. No conversations, sob stories or anything. Level-headed. Being a man. She might be a whore, but I'm not a cunt. If she was crazy falling down drunk, I would feel an obligation to stick around. But that's just me. It doesn't mean we would be getting back together. But I am a decent human. And if I heard that she was raped and murdered that night, I would feel absolutely terrible. I would probably live with horrible guilt the rest of my life. I would stick around, make sure I drive her home, then tell her to fuck off. If she was just moderately drunk, not falling and slurring, I would leave. I would have went to her directly. I'm leaving, do what you want, and then left. If she followed, drop her at her place and scram. If not, then screw her. I'm not to respect her if she don't respect me. Alcohol is an aggravating case where I'm from, not an excuse. Minority opinion: alcohol should not be used as a defense of shitty behavior. It doesn't get you out of legal trouble for driving or committing crimes. It shouldn't get you out of moral trouble for cheating. If you get flirty cheaty when you drink, it is your responsibility not to drink. Reddit is this one of those times where if something happens, it's her fault. And your friend isn't obligated to help someone who just threw out any care or consideration for him. She treats him with zero respect. He responds in kind. Unless he physically forced her to kiss another guy, he isn't responsible. People who are willing to cheat are always going to cheat. Sure, they can say the sex life isn't great, or their needs aren't being met, etc. These may be valid concerns, but either have a frank conversation with your partner or end the relationship. Unpopular opinion. But anytime you go out with anyone and they are intoxicated to the point of not being able to care for themselves, you should do the right thing and ensure their safety. Not saying he needed to physically take her home, but there are so many options. Call a friend, put her in a cab, etc. How would you feel if someone really bad happened to her that night? Break up with her, of course, but get her home safe also. What? No. Anyone that says that is gaslighting you. It's the cheater's fault. Hell fucking no. Why do couples even go to a club anyways? They are for singles. You're just asking for trouble. Go to a nice resto or a concert together. The club is for flirting and getting laid, not for monogamy. She's not his partner now that she's kissing and grinding on other guys. He's got nothing to feel bad about. A girl I was seeing once started making out with someone else in front of me at a club. Later she got mad at me for not being mad at her, as apparently it was some sort of test. I explained that as she was making out with another hot girl, I thought it was a show for my entertainment, possibly with potential for a threesome. That just made her madder. Actions have consequences. Maybe she'll learn that, but I wouldn't bet on it. Obvious number. LMAO, absolutely no responsibility at that point. I would have blocked her before leaving. But honestly, there's zero chance that happens to me. That's wild. Not the asshole. The second she cheated, she gets the same respect as a stranger. Not your job to make sure every drunk bimbo in the world gets home safe. What a garbage GF, and your friend should be glad he got rid of her by going to a club.